various Sri Ramakrishna experienced the divinity in various ways, and then it was his realization that his realization is not for him, it is for the world. And that is why Divine Mother played so many ways. So Narendra comes, and then other disciples gather around Sri Ramakrishna, and their lives were transformed. Spirituality is such, it is not outer expression, it is inside. In Australia this time, somebody asked, what have you gained? Becoming a monk, what have you gained? If you are not a monk, then you would have earned some money or some stature, name and fame, but you have nothing like this. So I was thinking about it, and I told, first I told what I told him. Let me relate that. I said, okay, suppose I tell you, you become a monk. Will you become? He said, no. So somebody binds you and tortures you to become a monk. Will you become a monk? No. So there is something which is different. So I remembered what Sri Ramakrishna told to Vidyasagar. Sri Ramakrishna went to see Vidyasagar, a great scholar in Calcutta. So he said that I have come to you not because you have money or name and fame, but you have compassion. You have love for downtrodden, and you serve them. That's why I have come. So this is a completely different kind of wealth. In 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhim Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. Abhayam means fearlessness. Purification of self. Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi. Jnana, knowledge. Yoga. One is united with God. All these 26 characters, these are the wealth of spiritual people. It is not seen from outside. So then I said, you have come here to see me. Why you have come? You love me. Why you love? Because you see something in me. Not only you feel that way, but we also have something concrete. Because of that, I am here. So what is the point? Point is, Sri Ramakrishna experienced divine in various ways. Jhole jhale ambole, that means in curry, in soup, in sweet and sour. In so many ways, he enjoyed God. After that, he realized that it is not for him. And by the divine will, all the youngsters gathered. And then their life was transformed. What type of transformation? Not outside, we cannot see. Sri Ramakrishna told to Vidyasagar, I have not come here to see that you have two horns or a long tail, but you have compassion, you have love for the downtrodden. That's why I have come here. So this is a complete different kind of wealth. So this Vedanta movement is transforming, not from outside. You cannot see like something, transformation happen. I have no third limb. But this is inner wealth, inner growth that we grow. So this divine mission started from Kolkata, but as you know, it is spread all over. It took quite some time to reach the Downunder. So first what happened, Mahapurush Maharaj used to travel to various places. And that time, our monks had nothing. Only 2 shirts, maybe 1 shirt. Say Shardananda Maharaj, only the shirt, maybe 1 extra set to change. And they are lying where? In roadside or under the tree. Now we are full of wardrobe. So, but that time they had almost nothing. Even eating, Swami Vivekananda many times starved for 3 days consecutively. At least it happened 2 or 3 times. Just imagine, no food, no shelter, but a great urge to spread that what they realized the goal of life. And it is for the welfare of all others, welfare of the world. So Swami Vivekananda traveled all over to America. You know that story, so I'm not going in details. Now, Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj, used to go to various places. So first he went to, not first, he went to Sri Lanka and held class. One lady used to come there. Later she became Sister Abhavaniya. And she was from Australia, the Downunder. Why it is Downunder? Because it's down under. So she went back after certain time, but she got initiated from Mahapurush Maharaj. And she started talking to people. So few people would come, 3-4 people come. One day it happened that in Sydney, one army veteran, he wanted to celebrate his birthday. So he went to a grog shop to buy some wine. And he was taking 3-4 bottles and he was going. All of a sudden, he saw a turbaneted man. He said, what are you doing? You are ruining your health. You are ruining your spiritual life. What are you doing? So he had vision of Swami Vivekananda. So he threw all those things and later started searching. So one lady, her name was Spencer, Mrs. Spencer, Rick Spencer's mother. So she used to, she was initiated by Swami Chandrashekharananda. And she used to conduct, she used to sell some books. First, she was a nurse, and then later she used to sell books. And this gentleman, he found that same turbaneted man, and then he started reading. Later, he joined the Ramakrishna order, and he was in Belur Math during Swami Bhuteshananji Maharaj. And Bhuteshananji Maharaj had written on him. Later, he got a name, so Vivek Chaitanya, Brahmachari Vivek Chaitanya. So he was from Sydney, but because of his ill health, he had to go back to Sydney. And then gradually it started, but it did not start. It just started and then went down, started. And later, Swami Damodarananji, who was posted in Fiji. Fiji is here. He was posted in Fiji. He used to invite some Swamis from India. And Swami Ranganathanji used to visit Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, as a routine. So he used to go there. So Sydney people said, please start a center here. And that was in 80s. And then Swami said, I know that Ramakrishna Mission is not interested to spread. That time it was very strict. Let it be small in number, but it should run well. So he requested Sharada Math. Sharada Math agreed. So they sent a nun there, Prabhrajika Ajay Pranaji. She was erudite and very nice. So she opened a center in Sydney, Ramakrishna Sharada Vedanta Society, or like that. So that was there, Sydney. But in few days, people could understand it's very difficult. Why? Because she was very strict. And certain time you cannot go beyond or before or after that time. So maybe in a year or so, they started a new center, new activities. So that Vedanta Center of Sydney. Here we call it society, there they call it center, Vedanta Center of Sydney. They started, that was 1984 or so. So started growing, and then later, Swami Sridharaji visited that place twice, once in 1993, the 100th year, centenary year of Swami Vivekananda's participation in Chicago Parliament of Religions. And 1997, again a centenary year of Swamiji's return to India. That time also he was invited. But before that, Ranganathanji visited many times, and some admirers, some devotees were there. And Swami Damodaranji would visit from Fiji every year. That was his routine. He would go to New Zealand, Auckland, and Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth. And whenever it was possible, he would invite a Swami from India, and they also would go. So Swami Bhuteshanandji, Swami, some other Swamis also visited. One Swami from Japan, and some other Swami also visited. Anyway, Sridharanji visited twice. Ultimately, Swami Smarananandji, that time General Secretary, now the Vice President, now the President of the Order, visited somewhere in 1998. And they requested to open a center there. So he said, can you support a Swami? He said yes. Melbourne was a bit reluctant, so he selected Sydney, though there was another center from Sharada Math. Anyway, Swami Sridharanji was transferred, and he was posted there in year 2000, October. After living with Ramakrishna, B. Ramakrishna and Kanaka Ramakrishna, for about a fortnight, he said, now let us have a house rented so that people can come. He started his Gita lectures, and gradually it grew. And in 6 months of time, he bought a house. So today's we'll go to now that was year 2000, so 2001. Now it is year 2023. So in 22 years, now we have center in Sydney, in Brisbane, and in Sydney we have a center which is about 2 acres of land in a very central situation, and it overlooks the Willamette Valley, and also it's a great place. And then this is in short, and then Brisbane, one of our devotees who used to argue with Swami Ranganathananji, later he became a staunch devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, and he is a town planner. He bought a big chunk of land, and with his Australian partner, he built a city. It's called Springfield Lakes. That's near Brisbane. Now there are 3 cities there in Brisbane: Brisbane, Ipswich, and Springfield Lakes. So there he gave 55 acres of land, and the center is ready. Now, after that, the Melbourne Center. Melbourne, now it's about 1 acre of land, a little less than 1 acre. And it's a beautiful place, and you can see there, and this is the view. Anyways, a view will come later, a little later. And then in Adelaide, we bought a church. Before that, we bought a church in Perth, and there's about maybe 3/4 of an acre or so, or maybe 60 cent or whatever you say. So anyway, Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. Swami Sridharanji started going to Auckland, Rotorua, and Wellington and Christchurch. But later he concentrated on Auckland. So in 2008, Auckland Center also was started, where we went there to inaugurate. So now this time, this is a big leap from Portland to LAX and to Sydney. So it is about 12,000 kilometers. Kilometers, not miles. You can convert whatever it is. So Sydney, now we'll show you some pictures. So this is the starting point, and this is in LAX that we are waiting for American Airlines. Then we reached Sydney. It was dawn in the morning. Then the first day when we arrived there, we thought, okay, let us meet the local inhabitants. That's very important. So there's lots of pictures, it's difficult to show all the things, but just to give you an. So they welcomed us very well. And you can see they are relaxing. And then in Sydney, we have a monk who was born in Sri Lanka, then migrated to Australia. He is citizen of Australia. This is the monk, and mother and father. They were very happy to see me. So they said, okay, Swami, let us have a picture. So this is Sydney, as you know, this is iconic. And then this is another, so you can see Sydney Opera House, full of people now. This is a gentleman. It's a chance. I was in Uttarakhand, Gangotri. So Gangotri, we monks, we go to a place we call Chhatra. Chhatra means their food is given free. So I was coming back and he was going, or vice versa. So he met me there. So I said, where are you from? What is your name? So I could know his name, and then said, I'm from Sydney. Sydney? That was in year 2001. So there our Swami has gone. Do you know him? I said, yes, I heard. So anyway, then we went to a big like glacier, Gangotri Glacier. And after that, there is 6 miles from there, that Tapovan. And from Tapovan also another 1,000 feet. So it's we explored together. So this is a gentleman. And he was not coming. When I arrived in 2005, then he started coming. And same thing happened in some other place also. This is the night view. This is from the other side of the Sydney Opera House. That was night. And seat of government, whenever they are in Sydney, it's on this side. Now, I met many devotees. The one main thing is meeting devotees. And after I was meeting, say, after 8 years or 12 years, 10 years, 12 years, like that. So this is the gentleman who used to take me to bank and started, say, like introduced to Sydney. So this is like meeting devotees. Now, many devotees came there, and then they organized a meeting and satsang. So we were there. Then Swami Sridharanand Maharaj. So great inspiration, and still, though physically his like his shoulder is frozen, but brain works very well. He says that below this is not good, after this is fine, excellent. And recently he suffered from COVID, so he was a bit weak. So we were a bit cautious to go near him. This is the shrine of our Sydney Center, and these are cutouts and beautifully dressed so that it looks like original, as Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and Swamiji. They are sitting like that. This is a place in Blue Mountain, say about 90 kilometers away. There is a 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet height mountain that, that is called mountain there. So Three Sister, this is Three Sister. Aboriginals, they honor this place. This is a spiritual place for them, but it's World Heritage now. Now we have a retreat, say about 3.5 hours away from our Sydney Center. It's called Groi. I try to call it Gauri. So anyway, so Swami Sridharanand, look, this is at the foothill of this, and about 65 or 70 acres of land. It is rugged, and still kangaroos, wombat, they come. They are there. They are resident. So we live with them. So we stayed for a night there. And this Swami Siddhanji thinks that it's like Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna and Swamiji, like this. And mother sees sari, so it is like that end of the sari, like this. So he tries to imagine that way. You can see this. Now we have other pictures, live, they're interacting, but I could not find and gather that. No, this is kangaroo. You see this this tail. And this is the monk who, Dhanyananda, who joined the order in Sydney, and he looks after this and he took us there. So this is the same from another angle. Now this is Vedanta Society of, now this is Brisbane. Brisbane we went to, I'm jumping, otherwise it will be too long. So from Sydney, so many things happened, so many, we met so many people, a patient who got accident and almost dead, but then recovered, and many devotees, they invited us to various places. You know, the main thing is not the building, it is the people, and it is the spirit that is important. Buildings, you know, Sri Ramakrishna was going to Calcutta, and Hriday said, Mama, Mama. Mama means maternal uncle. See, that's Lord Sahab's house. Lord Sahab means the viceroy's bungalow. Sri Ramakrishna said, stop, what is this? All brick dust and this. So all the material things are not important. The importance should be given to the spirit. That is main thing. So here what I am showing, it is not the building only. Buildings are important because otherwise we would have sat outside. So this is also important. We should not deny, but it has least importance. It's all material. The main thing is the spirit and devotees. It's wonderful. You know, Cynthia was with me, Chinmayi, and she was overwhelmed to see the devotees, their devotion, how they came, interacted, invited us, and then fed us. It is really wonderful. So we went from Sydney to Brisbane. Brisbane, as I told you, we have about 55 acres of land, and also now the new ashrama is built, and it's a wonderful. It's $3.1 million were spent, and the ashrama is in about 1 acres of land, and the rest is for other project. I can show you a little of that if I go there. So this whole land, this from here, this whole chunk, so 55 acres of land, it is done. And this is the center. So this was built in 2016. And 2016, yeah, 16. And he invited me that time. That was 28 or 29 of June. So I could not go because of our July function. So after so many years, now this year I could go. So this is the ashram. And here they have kitchen, big kitchen, they cook and they feed the homeless, and also they cater. All volunteers, volunteer based. So this is very important. So they have a very big kitchen. And here the shrine temple is just in front of this. And behind that is glass. So you can see the whole forest and cockatoos and all those birds, magpies, they make noise. It's a wonderful place. And kangaroos also come openly. And I have some videos, but there is no time to show all those things. Let me see some more picture. Little. This is similar. This one, yeah, this is the shrine inside. And behind this shrine, if you open the screen, it's all wooded place. Okay, let me show you the Sydney Centre also, because that will give you. Okay, now first let me go about this, where it is. So this is Brisbane. Brisbane is on the ocean, and Ipswich and the Vedanta. Yeah. So this is the place. Just you have an idea where it is. Gold Coast is below this, about 1.5 hours down below. And we went to that area also to see a crystal park. A Buddhist devotee, he gathered crystals from all corners of the world, and it's beautifully arranged, and it's very nice. A rainforest, because lots of rain happens here. And from there we went to Cairns. Let us go to Cairns. In Cairns, there is a Great Barrier Reef. So we went to see that. So that's about more than 1,200 kilometers from Brisbane. So this is Brisbane somewhere here. Yeah, Brisbane here, Sunshine Coast. And then this is the Cairns. And we went to see the Barrier Reef also. That's lifetime experience. One thing is seeing on screen, but seeing really, that's a difference. There is real difference. There, what happened, a Chinese boy was reluctant to see. So I said, I poked him. And then I convinced him that it is, his father went and saw it. And he was not he was reluctant. So I told, his mom's boy, not father's. So that inspired him. And then he went. And I told him, it's a different experience. And later he admitted that also. Anyway, so Cairns, we went there. It was choppy, it was very windy, and cold also. So anyway, after that we returned. And that time I was showing this. Yeah. So this gentleman, he was our host, and he took us to that Cairns. He reserved a house. We stayed for 2 nights, and third nights we came back. He reserved everything. So this is Brisbane coast. Brisbane coast is also very beautiful, very nice. Is that here? And Swami, this is Swami Atmeshananda, and this is the devotee, Mahalingam Sinathami. He's one of the richest person who donated that place. And Maha, yoga, Maha and yoga. So Maha Yogananda. So I remember. So this, this is the place where we went in Brisbane, and this is the Crystal Park, and this is the Swami, another brahmachari who joined there. Okay, now let us go to Sydney, because I have not shown you Sydney. So Cairns, we'll skip Cairns and go to Sydney. So we call it downtown, Sydney downtown. They call it CBD, Central Business District. So downtown here, about 25 kilometers away from here. So this is here. This is the Olympic ground, Sydney Olympic ground here. So across Sydney Olympic ground is this Vedant Center of Sydney, and we can see some pictures. So this is the shrine that we have seen. Then devotees. From outside you can see like this, unobstructed view. Durga Puja time. And this is the old center. This is this was built in 1867 or so, 60s, 1860s, when Sri Ramakrishna was still living. And these are old shrine that before building the present building. So this is the Sydney Center. This is the view. Then our garden is developed. You can see lots of devotees. Okay, so let us see another thing. Here. I wanted to show you eh? Yeah. So this is the center. First we bought this one. This is less than an acre. Then Maharaj bought this one, and this one. So now it is more than 2 acres. So a big center and overlooking the Willamette Valley. Now let us now see all the centers also. Recently, they are going to take over a house. The development is a devotee would donate a house. So very soon that will be also our 6th center. So Melbourne, first where it is. This is Melbourne downtown here. This is a big bay inside. It's very safe. And from there to east, Ringwood East, Vedanta, Melbourne. I lived here for about 2 years, less than 2 years. So this is also very nice suburb and overlooking Mount Dandenong. Mount Dandenong is not far away. Here, Mount Downunder is there. So you can see the height from there. It's a beautiful place. Okay, now I'll show you some pictures. This is the shrine inside. And this is from outside. I used to be in that sun room, this one. And this is, behind this, there is a little pergola. There, the functions are organized. And devotees are also a good number of devotees. And from there, you can see Dandenong range. And it was a Vietnamese house, so you can see this is the signature of Vietnamese. They have lions in their courtyard. Now this is the pergola. Oh, this was, yeah, maybe that time, yes, when I was there. This is the old shrine. Now they have renovated. Okay, so let me quickly show you other centers also. You know, it's not easy to show exactly everything. And so what I do, I go to the next. So Adelaide Center. So first where it is, just give an example. So this Adelaide. Adelaide is a small city, about, so everything is close by. And this is the mountain here. And downtown is not very far away. Everything is about 10-15 minutes away. So I'll show you some pictures. This is the shrine. It is a church, as I told you. Church, the Durga Puja. Yeah, this when we went there, I think that time, initial time. So this is the church, and we have kept the cross, etc. That's not a problem. So, so anyway, now let me show you. Vedanta Perth. Vedanta Church of Universal Religion. So where it is, just to give a glimpse. So downtown is somewhere here. This is the, yeah, here. Downtown is here, so it's not very far away, very close. And Sydney has become very crowded, but Perth is very nice still. And this is the church, a big church. So we have kept Vedanta Church, the name was renamed Vedanta Church of Universal Religion. And I guess, okay. Some pictures are there. Okay, that is. Anyway, so and then let us go to Auckland. Auckland also we have this center, New Zealand. This is the center shrine, and then yeah, this is the house, small house, but in a very nice location. Yeah, this is from the roadside. And where it is. So this is that area, New Lynn. Here West Lynn, so I remember that way. It's a New Lynn. So anyway, these centers are gradually now developing. Auckland Center is trying to acquire a retreat center, and devotees are coming up very well. And yeah, I'll show you this little. This is the Auckland Swami, Swami Tadananda. He was born in Fiji. And this is Adelaide Center. Adelaide. In Adelaide, we went to a botanic garden. So that was there. It's a beautiful house. This is the Swami in Adelaide. And this is the Swami who is in Melbourne. So this is the Melbourne Shiva Vishnu temple. So we went there and then we had this. So the Swami Sunishtananda, and Adelaide Swami Manyananda. Yeah, lots of devotees came, and this is these are visitors in the ashrama. They like devotees, they also visit. You can see. This is the ashrama, and just there they were having those things. And this is Perth. In Perth, we had a picnic. And this is Swan River, this side. Downtown here, Swan River. And they claim, that's the biggest park within the city. I said, before that you told me, now I will oppose that, because I am from Portland, and Portland devotees says, no, our park is biggest. But there, they have a kind of botanic garden inside. But area is only small. I mean, 9 or 13 square acres or something like that. So I compared, though Google says that Perth, that's bigger, but we know it is bigger. Portland is big. So anyway, we had very nice time there with devotees. The main thing is devotees. Because devotees think of God. And Sri Ramakrishna said, is a man trifle? He can think God. See the elephant, such a big animal, but cannot think of God. But human being, though small, can conceive and think and realize God. That is more important. Other things are physical, material. The main thing is spirit. Spirit, though subtle, but very powerful, that is more important. So with this note, I thank you all. Now it is 1 hour. So, so it was a real journey. And it cannot be explained. It cannot be even say physically also, like even it cannot be depicted through pictures. But you can see the devotees, how happy they were. And this lady, she wanted to go back by walking. He said, no, we'll drop you. It's very close by. And then she insisted us to go to her house, have a cup of tea, and bless her. They say bless. In Bengali, this is padadhuli. Padadhuli means dust of your feet should come to our house. So that way they say. I said, no, I will pray to the divine. And so we went to her place. And after that, only she was appeased. And by that time, her daughter also came. And she's very brilliant and practices archery. And she was, she's chosen for the, in Canberra, they have Australian ANU, Australian National University. Very selected few are chosen there. And she is so brilliant that she is chosen there. So with this note, I thank you all for coming. Okay. And thank you, Cheyenne. We'll have you will sing? Cheyenne helped me. Otherwise, I was in Pacific Ocean. I was trying to figure out. All these faces, I just I'm reminded of their emotion and their love and how they expressed it. It's really wonderful.
With loving arms you tenderly embraced those who sought your love. With soothing voice you spoke to those who came near for comfort's sake. You welcomed all with open arms and made them your very own, and never turned away a weary soul from your open door. What a blessing to have seen your face. What a blessing to receive your grace. If only we had known you, Holy Mother, Holy Mother. Patiently you served our master, Sri Ramakrishna, with a heart filled with adoration through all the tribulation. You welcomed all with open arms and made them your very own, and never turned away a weary soul from your open door. What a blessing to have seen your face. What a blessing to receive your grace. If only we had known you, Holy Mother, Holy Mother, Holy Mother.
One thing more. They asked about Portland and devotees. So I told the same similar story. Number one, Portland is a Prayag. Prayag is a holy place where two perennial rivers meet like Ganga, Yamuna. So Prayag. Vishnu Prayag, there two rivers meet. Karna Prayag, two rivers meet. So here we have Columbia River, perennial river, and Willamette River. So this is a Prayag, confluence of two rivers. And number one. Number two is this was sanctified by Swami Asheshanandji and Swami Devatmanandji, direct disciple of Holy Mother, and Swami Brahmanandji. So this is a holy place. Portland is a holy place. And third, it is surrounded by Cascade Range, Mount Hood here, and then Mount Adams, Mount St. Helens, and also surrounded by the great ocean, Pacific Ocean. So this is unique. And I told about the retreat, beautiful retreat. I showed some pictures also. And then they wanted to know about the devotees. I told about the devotees, the wonderful devotees. So they also enjoyed, and I invited on your behalf. I invited them, come and see Portland Center. Then hopefully that I did well, right? Thank you. So thank you very much.
So now programs for next week, I think we have. So finally, we are going to start back our Thursday classes from next week, and we will take up, I think Swamiji has already circulated Vedanta Sara by Sadananda for the topic. Friday classes have already started, Sarada Devi and a Divine Play. Next Saturday is a special program. We will do the celebration of life of two of our devotees, Peter Tenue and Bert Cornick. That is a Saturday event. And our Sunday will be back to Bhagavad Gita. We will transport ourselves to a different plane from Downunder. And after that, the weekend of 23rd and 24th, Swami C will not be here. We have been invited, Swami C has been invited to Calgary to give a talk there and to meet devotees. FAQ is that we have a lot of devotees from Portland Center in Calgary. Yeah. Swami Asheshananda initiated many Canadians, many Canadians actually, or people who live in Canada. And he had quite a following in Calgary. And Swami Shantarupananda also used to visit Calgary very often, sometimes on a yearly basis. So many of those devotees feel a strong connection with us. We want to reconnect back with them post-pandemic. And then we have one weekend out at the weekend that starts October. Then immediately the second weekend of October, 7th, 8th, 9th, we are going to have another busy weekend. Swami Sarvapriyananda is going to be here. 3 events are more or less planned. 7th night, we will be back exactly where we were yesterday night, the Balaji temple. On Eventbrite, his link is very simple, Sarvapriyananda in pdx.eventbrite.com. So very easy to find him. Please promote, because we want the RSVPs of how many people are going to come, because it helps us in understanding the food orders and everything. And then on Sunday, the 8th, the retreat is going to be here itself. So that's why there is a seat limit. And that's why we did not promote it very openly, because we know that our devotees, we already have about 70, 80 core devotees who will come. And that event is a 7-hour retreat. We will start at 10:30, we will end up at 5. So the idea is, if you cannot commit for 7, then you are requested to join online, because we want the retreat to be intimate, close, and we want a very, like personal, like 1:70 in this case, not one-on-one, but that kind of a vibration. On 9th, right now they are fixing the, like getting the permissions and everything, but in all probability, we are going to Tigard. There is a temple in Tigard. They also have a space, and they are very interested in hosting Swamiji. So 9th night also we will be in that part, which is southwest, southwest. We will take Swami Sarvapriyananda for another talk. So that is kind of the main 3 events in 3 days, and that is his visit. So that's the entire plan for that weekend. Beyond that, in October, it goes on without any more hurdles until October 22nd, when we have Durga Puja, which is Ashtami also in Durga Puja time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.